Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. Here's a short update on the Roco ex Röwa, which was actually a Röwa Deutsche Bahn, Deutsche Bundesbahn carriage that I had serviced and reassembled and all the rest of it, remember? And I had the problem of a missing wheel set of the right diameter. So I'm going to just put my phone here with a tripod and we'll actually try and get a more stable image and talk about it. Oh, there's my faraway glasses. Right, the problem was that we had, let's get a pointer. So on one wheel set, specifically this one, the tire had come off. The tire had come off the hub, because this is insulated wheel. You can see that there's a kind of wide plastic hub here, which is the insulated wheel. These are Roco wheels of the period, I suppose, and I fixed that using ball bearing retaining compound and let it set, and that's okay. It doesn't come off anymore. It's all perfect. I haven't lubricated the axle boxes yet. Then there was, on the other side, the other problem was that there was a missing wheel set. And I had spare Lima. I have some spare Lima wheels. I have one spare Lima wheel at the moment, wheel set at the moment. I have some Juef, but the Limas and the Juefs are a wider diameter than these ones. They're, I think this is 10.5 or 11, and the other ones are nearly 12 or 11, nearly 12. Anyway, too wide, too big. In fact, I'd bought this, the seller had popped in a Juef wheel which was too big, it was touching. In the meantime, I bought second-hand 20 Juef wheel sets, which will be very useful for, I've got some Juef carriages that have got plastic wheels, kind of a bit stiff, and if possible, I'd like to anyway replace plastic wheels with metal wheels, because plastic wheels tend to dirty the track more and the train also runs smoother. Not all plastic wheels are like that. Some plastic wheels run very smoothly, so also we have to think the Juef plastic wheels have got the metal axle, which also helps a lot in smoothness. But in this bag of 20 wheels, there was one wheel set, this one, which was not Juef. And I was rather lucky, because I'd spotted them. I bought them on Vinted, and I had a look at them, enlarging the photographs, and I could see that one wheel set was not a Juef. And in the photos it looked a bit smaller, but I didn't really know. I thought, it's super cheap price, and I'll just, I'll find a use for the wheels. Those moments when you sort of say, wow, I'll buy some spare parts, money is burning a hole in your pocket, I'll buy some spare parts. And probably I'd sold some stuff, so it wasn't really money. I'd sold a model or something in a scale that I wasn't really interested in, and so I had gathered up some cash on the system, on the platform. So when I got them, I had to look through the wheels, and I says, well, this here seems to be the same size, same diameter as the wheels on the Roco Deutsche Bundesbahn ex-Röwa design carriage. So I took out the calipers and measured it. It's the same diameter. Maybe it's a little bit less, maybe a fraction, half a millimeter smaller, but this doesn't really matter because we're on a bogie. And the only difference was that the axle is a millimeter longer. So the axle is the same length as the longer axles on the Juef. So it was very difficult to get it in. So I did this off camera. I didn't stay and waste everybody's time watching me fiddling around with tools. And I used first the file, and I went in the axle box and made the axle boxes deeper. And it worked a little bit, and then I used the point of the cutter, and having done that, I got an excellent result. So you can see there's nice good slack movement here. It's very free running. In fact, it actually runs freer than the original wheels. Very smooth running. And that's us. I tested it on my test track, because in the meantime I'd taken the layout down, and so we've replaced it. I marked when I was doing the jobs, I marked this, because I'd taken all the wheels out. I'd marked this axle box, these axle boxes here, this position, to be able to insert it and to so I knew which one I was widening. And that's very good. So now this carriage is ready for running. I haven't lubricated. I'll be taking the wheels out again to lubricate the axle boxes. The only thing I still have to do is sort of fix up this part where the paint on the roof is a bit damaged. This is a very this carriage has had a rough life, so it's in a sort, I would say it's a weathered condition. You see that it doesn't really stay closed very well, huh? But I don't want to glue it together. I don't like gluing things permanent, so it's going to just stay like this. It's clipped together well enough. And I'm going to have to fix this up. So I could take the roof off and give it a complete repaint using Vallejo aluminium paint. I could mix the aluminium paint with some gloss black to make it a bit darker. Or I could simply just touch it up, mixing the aluminium Vallejo paint with some gloss black, and just give it, or even with matte black I could do to get sort of semi-gloss finish, and I'll just touch it up, and it will still have a sort of weathered and used effect, you know, worn out carriage effect, and that could be an idea. And I'll just do that. So I think I'll be going for the second option. Anyway, I will do it. When I do it, I might even do the painting on video, or I'll just show you that I'll do a wee bit and then after start filming. I don't know. We might even just do it together. I've not made my mind up. Anyway, I'm very pleased that I managed to get this a wheel set. I was lucky, and I bought those second-hand wheels. And the good thing is that by doing this job here, so enlarging, this is a thing I've never done before, enlarging the axle boxes on the bogie, I was able to fit wheels with that wider axle. And I've got quite a lot of Jouef wheels, and I've got various, in particular, 2 old Lima carriages with plastic wheels where the axle boxes are very worn out because they're things that date back to my very first train set. And Jouef wheels, once you've fixed the gauge, the lose the gauge, once you've fixed that with the ball bearing retaining compound, they run very well. So I think I'll be putting some Jouef wheels. I'll be doing this job, the same job, widening the axle boxes, making them deeper to be able to fit the wider axle Jouef wheels even on the Limas. Seeing I've got all these Jouef wheels, because I've got quite a lot of Jouef wheels. I could make a video about that. Do you want to see how many Jouef wheels I've got? I'll have to anyway, fix them. I could go through my spare parts box once when I've got nothing better to do, and we all have our spare parts. Right, if you enjoyed the video, if that was interesting, this is an interesting tip and idea. If you can identify that wheel, I'm nearly thinking it might be a Fleischmann wheel, because I have a Fleischmann. The Fleischmann brake luggage van, the one you saw in the last series of videos, that has a sort of an axle with double insulation. So insulation on both wheels. I should check. I think it's the same also on the Fleischmann carriage I have. The carriage with the lighting, the one with the clerestory roof. I'll have to check. I think it might be a Fleischmann. These might be Fleischmann wheels. There might be Fleischmann wheels, or with the design they have, there might even be, there's another French make, Trobby, I think, Trobby, and I think Trobby have these kind of flat wheels at the front. I'd have to look at some pictures. I've not got anything made by Trobby, and that might be, I'll have to do some research. It might be Trobby. Let me know what you think, Fleischmann or Trobby. What's your vote? Cheerio, and see you next time. If you like the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell and write your thoughts in the comments. Right, cheerio, and see you next time. That'll be on the rails in the next video session.